What's up? We're live. Can everybody hear me? Can we get let's get a sound check and a make sure that internet's good and all that stuff before we get too into it. Let's see here. Let's see. We got Mrs. Tactics. We got Dr. Left Hand Thread and Joshua Wilson. What's up, Robert? Got my journeyman. Oh, flathead screwdriver today. Yeah, nice, man. Nice. Me too. Got mine the other day, and I was using it a little bit today on a little bit of everything, and it's pretty awesome. So I was trying to start this on YouTube, but the camera was fighting with me. So we had to jump to StreamYard. So I'm not sure what my settings are right now, but let's get into it. So this is going to be for a Milwaukee tool to DeWalt battery. So that's going to look like this. Right here, this is, DW18ML. It's actually this one. That goes like that. Let's get any DeWalt battery here. DW18ML. Goes to 20 volt DeWalt. We might play around with some of these a little bit later. So let me I literally just opened it and yeah, I have it and it's good. Yeah, awesome. Sounds like the sound works. That's always good. I'm actually going to turn on this light here and switch it to better color for you guys. There we go. All right, so we got a little bit of a new kind of setup here in the shop. Next up, we've got the MIL18DL. And what this does, this is DeWalt to Milwaukee battery. So Milwaukee battery goes here. Go ahead and put on the DeWalt reset. So Milwaukee battery to DeWalt tool is MIL18DL. All right, next we've got the Makita adapter. Now this is interesting. This, I believe, works on DeWalt or Milwaukee batteries to Makita. The same one. So we get a Makita. On the Makita here. And this is the DM18M. DM18M. There. Makita. We're going to get a DeWalt battery here. And we should be able to take this Milwaukee battery on here, I believe. This camera just a little bit. Nope, we can't do that. How do we do that? Okay, well, that's to DeWalt. Oh, no, it is. I just didn't want to go for a second. There you go. Milwaukee. So this is probably by far going to be the most used adapter that someone's going to need because there's like a bajillion Makita tools. And you might not want to be fully invested in the brand. DM18M. And a perfect example of that, Makita makes crazy things. Like this is a hybrid impact drill, hammer drill driver. It does all of it all in one. You just roll this down. So this is the XPT02. And I've also got the original brushed version of this in the other room. But This eliminates all the drills and drivers and puts them into one. If you're just doing small jobs, brickwork, things like that, where you don't need a whole ton of power, and you might just be going in between the mortar. You only got a few screws to fasten. You're going upstairs, going up a ladder, things like that. This is a good option. So again, this battery adapter is a DM18M. Now that we've got a few people in the chat and we've kind of got this thing going, I didn't want to have no action at the beginning of the video. So we'll talk a little bit about battery adapters and the pros and cons of them while we catch up to the chat. So let's see here. Dr. Left Hand says, yep, it has a USB, and it does. The thing with this is that because it's going to always have power, it could potentially vampire drain your battery to death. So I wouldn't leave this plugged in for any amount of time. Actually, I don't leave any of my battery adapters plugged in for any amount of time for obvious reasons. Okay, so we got the DeWalt, we got that one. Let's look at the Metabo one. Where is the Metabo one? Is that it? I do not know where the Metabo one went. We used it the other night, and I had it 2 seconds ago. All right, we'll keep going. We'll come back to the Metabo one. It must have fallen back behind there. We got the Flex one. This does not have a name on it. This is from Etsy. And if you're going to do crazy things like we do on this channel, don't expect this to last very long. I think we started saran wrapping this thing the last time, but we'll go ahead and do it again. So this is the Milwaukee Impact. The adapter's on. And that's how you're going to have to find it. You're going to have to type in Milwaukee tool to flex battery adapter. And you can hear the speed difference because the voltage is higher. Now there's no release, there's no nothing for it. It just slides on and off. It's kind of not great. But so you can hear the speed difference. So with no load on it, it doesn't matter what ampere battery you have. You're going to get the same no load sound, essentially. So that's going to be all the adapters. One thing I want to show you, kind of a consolation. This is the Craftsman stick vac. And it works really good. And I actually use DeWalt's on it all the time. So I want to show you something here. We have an 8 amp hour DeWalt, probably one of the bigger batteries that you can get on this thing. And you can see here, this vacuum has 2 modes. It has where it has the agitator, and then it's also got the just suction, and then it's got 2 different speeds of suction. We're going to turn this on. So you can see this 8 amp hour battery runs this. But check this out, because this is actually really interesting. This is how much better a power stack is. And this is probably one of the better ways to show you guys. When we take the 5 amp hour power stack, or before we do that, let me show you this. We'll take a standard power stack right here. Pop it on there. It's fully charged. It'll start right up. When we put a 5 amp hour on this thing's delivering so much more power that the electronics don't like it. It won't start. See where it's flashing like that? We can try again. So that's a good demonstration of how much stronger these power stacks are versus an 8 without even having to pull out a drill or anything. You can clearly see that these are delivering the full 20 volts to where these are already dropping so much voltage as soon as the motor starts pulling that the voltage is much lower. And this was probably really designed for, this motor is probably designed for around, let's just say 15 to 16 volts. And they didn't expect the battery to actually deliver the full 20. Where these power stacks are capable of delivering the full voltage without dropping the voltage across the load. Let me catch up with the chat. See here. All right, we are going back here. Just opened it, yeah. Joshua says he uses the XP0Z for exterior controller for closures, yeah. We got Paul W. What's up, Paul W? I see the 9 back together. I thought it was finished a few videos ago. Yeah. What's up, Jack? I got Jack here now. Paul W says, same old Joshua. They're catching up in the chat. Yeah, 5 amp hour power stacks are good on circular saws. They make a difference on your recips. I think for fun, I'll show you a 5 amp hour power stack versus a 3.5 or a 10 amp hour flex. Got the 2x4 here already set up. And this camera is now panable. Let me put this vacuum down because I'm having to hold it because it tries to fall over. And real quick, if you excuse me, I'm going to look behind this cabinet to see if the battery adapter fell for the Metabo 2 DeWalt, because that's probably one of my favorite adapters right now. Well, that is really unfortunate. All right, so this is the new setup here. Actually, I'm just going to take you with me and show you this new setup. Okay. So that's you guys there. We got the 2x4 set up here. These two vices I wanted to show you. These are the quick add-ons from Harbor Freight. They just have that little clamp down there. And actually, when you set these two up and you put a 2x4 on it, it comes to exactly level on the larger vise. So we can support this larger vise with these two small ones and then get a good cutoff so we're farther away from our table when we're using a recip saw. See what the chat says. "22 minutes Saturday," yeah. Maybe in the future, I'll see. Such a cool shop. Yeah, man, this shop is pretty cool. One of our souls is, he is actually getting a new vehicle. I'll let him tell you. I'm not going to steal his thunder on any of that. But Yeah, he's busy. He's busy. So let's see here. Check this out. This is we got a lot of things on this table, guys. We're looking for a remote right here. And I can't really show you because it's hiding behind there, which is where all the battery adapters were. So I think it's back behind there. But there's a dongle on there that when you press this button, it turns on the vacuum. You might see the lights flicker. So that's our vacuum, and we got it all set up now. So we can do things like this. We've got a blast gate right there. So we can control where we want the suction to be. So right now we can shut off this tube and activate this tube, which goes over here to the chop saw. And then we can shut off the chop saw. Actually, the chop saw was off. We can open the chop saw and we get full suction when this one's closed, and vice versa. So right now, and then this hose, of course, is free range. So I can clean up the shop as we go. Pretty cool. Could not find my CFM meter. Pretty bummed about that, but we're going to get another one. We'll get another one going so you guys can see the actual design of it all. That is not screwing in there. Still not. Everything likes to fight. We need to make like a quick detach for these cameras. That'd be a lot better. All right, so let's get the flex recip. It's got a 10. Let me know if you want the 3.5. It's right there. We're going to go with the flex versus the DeWalt with the 5. And let's see who's got it. We got 2 new blades here. Then we got to take the skill. Oh, it's already in there. Is it? Is this quick insert or not? I can't remember. No, it's not. Then we got to take the skill 90-degree driver, and we got to run it with some paddle bits, because that was a question in my comments was, is that thing paddle bit rated? I don't think it's necessarily rated, but it can do it. So let's see here. Get you guys a better angle. Pull this cord back a little bit. There's the flex, pretty quick. We could probably use the same blade, man. There's no way that's going to matter. Here comes the DeWalt. Now, this is one of my favorite recips. I really, really like this recip saw. We've already established that the 5 is better just with the vacuum. Yeah, nice job, desk collection. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've already established that the 5 amp is better just with the vacuum alone. So we know we have DeWalt's best battery right now. And this saw probably weighs like half of what the Flex does. Not as fast. Good saw though. I like how short it is, man. This thing will fit in a tool bag really nicely because it's so much shorter. It's kind of your length differences right there. All right, we're gonna get a paddle bit. And I think the last time that I drove an attic, it was to a double header. So I think we're gonna make us a double header real quick. So I don't see why not. All right. See what the chat says. I like that saw. Yeah, that is the DC 382, DCS 382. All right, another 2x4. Put it on top of here. Let me check my text because if that's Tools with Souls, I can invite him in. Nope. Okay. We'll pop a couple of nails here. This is a regular 2x4. We are not shooting nails. We are shooting blanks. Hang on. Not Robert's beloved rigid. Hang on. There's your problem. Yeah. You know, sometimes that happens on your last couple of nails. We'll let them slide on it. That's going to cause an issue there, right there. There we go. Try again. All right, there we go. All right, they're all together. Let's lock down the vise. All right. Now we got a fully charged skill. Let me try to catch up with the chat here. An AA meeting for rigid, yeah. Yeah, that is a cool saw. I bought my top HPT 16 gauge straight finish nailer yesterday. Regular nailer. My only frustration is the dang depth dial is plastic. That's pretty standard nowadays. Even this one's plastic on the very top here. Is that what you're talking about? I think they all are now. Or something else is. All right, so we're in an attic. The reason why I don't like drills in an attic is because the torque, and in really tight situations, I'd rather have an impact where I can use my pinky to go through a top plate than a drill, because it's almost guaranteed to get in a bind. You're not going to be straight down. You're going to be at a weird angle. So I always prefer impacts when drilling through a top plate to run wire down a wall. I thought we put that in there. I would be mistaken. Oh, you know what? That's this thing's fault, because this thing's been abused by chucks of drills. Let me get another one. Hang on. Of course, that happens on a live. Why else? Is it going to go on there? It's not. Hang tight. Should be in this drawer. All right. This one should be good. Okay, here we go. Now, that's 1.5 inches. So that's bigger than you would ever need. But hey, if it can do it, it can do it. Where's the remote? Okay. Now we are through. We only just made it through because I can see the chips are flying from the bottom, but we have another piece of wood here. So we only just started going through. And yeah, it can do it. That's another hole from me when we had that pole going across testing channel locks. Yeah, it can do it. But there's probably better options to use. I would recommend a stinger because they're sharper. They're going to be less battery, strain. Uh-oh. So we just started going through. You can see we're pretty much through. So that's the only concern is when the bit fell out, because that would have been $10 down the wall. So yeah, that can happen. Now, how much power do we lose with an angle like that? Well, let's find out, because we've got Skill's newest impact, 3 bars. I think Cam C was asking me this question. So we got a fully charged Skill here. And we'll go back with the 1.5 inch. We'll go over here. It's not through, but I don't want to beat a dead horse. Obviously, it's faster. You can see the difference. You lose a little bit of torque, but it has its uses in tighter spaces. So will this go through 2x4s, double headers? Yeah, absolutely. Will it do it all day? You better find something else. Good for those occasional wall fishes you got to do. If you're a service tech and you need something like that, absolutely worth it. If you are a Romex jockey where that's all you do is run Romex in houses, don't use that. Oh, no, that's what the chart says. I like to look at that Skill too. Too bad Lowe's doesn't have it until 327. Really? My Lowe's had it. I bought it on Amazon, but my Lowe's did have it for order. Is it not it's going to be in store on 327? Is that what you're saying? V8 works better than tomatoes. And the skunk gets the dog. I'm just getting a new dog. See if anyone has that question. I think armadillos. All right, we're gonna keep going. Cool. We got a new light. That's why it keeps turning off. That's the it's one of those Bowers right there. Okay. All right. Well, that's one comment that I had more recently. Is that thing rated for drilling through 2x4s and things like that? The answer is yeah, I can do it. The next question, they're asking, how magnetic is this little level? Because it's only got 2 magnets. So let's find out. We got a Klein in here somewhere. Here it is. There we go. That's with the new style magnets. And we actually have 2. So we can make sure the QA/QC is on par. And then I've got one of the originals that's a lighted level. And I love this thing. Savage, which is it Johnson? Swanson made this level for Klein. They made all these levels for Klein. Maybe not this anymore. I'm not sure what's going on with this now. But the original levels that Klein started coming out with that were actually worth something were made by this company. And yeah, they kind of just left Lowe's abruptly. So I'm not sure what happened. But now we've got these other options are the G series. The Greenlees are good. Checkpoint makes good levels for electricians. Yeah, there's a lot of cheaper alternatives. The Swanson level company is still around. You on Amazon, you can get levels for half off what you'd be paying for Klein. This is like a $30 level. You can probably get this for like $20. That's very comparable. So this one actually has replaceable vials, which I don't think I've seen before. So you can pop that out. You can put a new one in. It came with a replacement. Every once in a while, these things will spin on you. And the way to double check to see if it's still level would be obviously with another level. But you should be able to flip it both ways. And if it's not consistent, that's another good indicator. But what's cool about this is that it's got this dialable set screw right there on the inside instead of being on the top. And these are really good for electricians because you can put these inside of the pipe. So it goes inside the pipe. And then if you're on a hydraulic bender or something like that, this level sits like this. So when you're doing bends, you got to make sure that everything stays right in line. And this isn't useful when you're using a hand bender. I'll get a hand bender real quick and show you. Hang on a second. Oh, I'll do a little bend here for you guys. We'll make an offset. Or a 4-point saddle. Leave it in the comments below. Leave me the obstruction height and how long the obstruction is. I'll make you a 4-point saddle. All right. While I'm waiting for the request, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I was going to say about this. So the reason why this doesn't work when you're bending with yourself is because this is variable and you're never really guaranteed unless you had a level on like everything. You're never really guaranteed if that's going to be rolled or what it's going to do. We could possibly use it like this, but you could still roll your actual pipe bender. Sure, the pipe's going to roll, but this is only useful on stationary machines like table benders, like sidewinders, things like that, where the machine is never going to move. And the only thing movable is the pipe. So on a table bender or sidewinder, the machine stays stationary and you roll the pipe only. You match this bubble, you bend it, you roll your pipe, you match the bubble back to the center again. You're guaranteed to be in line with the pipe run. That's why these are the way they are to go inside of the conduit. It's an electrician thing. You might find another use for it. This thing is on there. This is a really good, wow. Wow, that is really, really impressive. No way, man. I can't believe how on there that is. Okay, I got it. That's pretty impressive. Also, the pipe was pretty burred. I didn't deburr it. So maybe it was grabbing onto the aluminum, but man, that's pretty good. So this is nice for your tool pouches where this wouldn't allow it to go all the way down, for example, or just get nicked on something or hanging up on stuff. This is flat. And then the dial is on I've only ever found this once at Lowe's. And this is made by, I believe it's made by Ideal. But it doesn't have any. Yeah, Ideal right there. There's your markings on it. Ideal. CNC machine. It's got a patent. Okay, 35-206. That might be what you're looking for. All right, let's see what the chat says. Your fingers of steel can open anything, yeah. Obstruction height is 4 inches. Okay. Go with an obstruction height of 4 inches. We're going to go with the obstruction length of 2. We'll go with 3. 3-inch obstruction height. I'm sorry, 4-inch obstruction height. Let's go with 10 inches. 10 inches the obstruction's length is. And we'll go with a height of 4 inches. So what we're going to do here, we're going to get a tape measure. I like this tough belt. If you ever wondered about this tough belt, we're sitting at 10 feet right now. It's got a nice little button on the bottom. The Milwaukee does not. Your fingers are in contact with that tape measure. It's magnetic. How magnetic is it? Actually, pretty dang magnetic. Before I get sidetracked, I do got to show you how magnetic this is before we do the bend. Someone wanted to know. Very magnetic. What does the Klein think about that? Oh, the Klein is even more magnetic. It's got 4 magnets on it, though. It was a good question, though. Whoever you were in my comments, this thing is very acceptable for 2 magnets, and I like that it's contoured to the pipe. Yeah, there you go. Which one's stronger? Place your bets, left or right. Which one's stronger? Oh, every time? Okay, maybe not. It's better magnets. Can't make them all the same. Ideal has that 3.5 Conduit level at Lowe's for $23. Stanley Fat Max can do 10 feet, but it's probably more expensive. Man, I love a good Stanley Fat Max. This is what I rocked for years. The Stanley Fat Max is always going to have a place in my heart. 11-foot standout. It's old, used, and abused, but still trucking. All right, let's get this offset going. So the way you do a saddle would be 2 offsets. Your multiplier for a 30-degree offset is 2. So our obstruction is 4 inches. We're going to do spacing at 8 inches. So we'll just pick a spot to start. We're going to start at 7 inches. We do need a pencil though. And I don't have a knife handy. Hang on. Let's open this up real quick. This one has a, I don't even know if I can say the M word on YouTube. Has a cartridge, I don't know what you want to call it, for razor knives. I don't know, man. I don't know if I like that. My finger, I got long hands. Like I don't know. As that blade came up, I realized that was like, my finger was there and it kind of scared me for a second. So it's got a bump back here where your finger should stay. So when you're rolling up here, that might work if your tendons weren't broken. Let me see. Oh, it does work better if your tendon's not broken. Pretty cool though. There's the eject. Oh, look, there's the mag eject right there. Does it just drop to the floor? Oh, it does go up? No, it goes down. Release. Okay, so that's got to be down probably first. Okay. All right. Let's see. Reload. That's fun. Let's see. It comes with 2. Oh, this one is ready for carpet. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Look, it's got the curves. So it comes with 2 different. The blade hit the floor. I don't want to step on it. That'd be my luck. If you're in a hurry to get your job done, you'd be like, all right, quick, reload. That's kind of cool. Oh, we missed. That is pretty cool, you know. These guys make some crazy stuff. What do you think about that, chat? That's awesome. Look like a tough built thing. I bought these myself. All right. We got the knife. See what the chat says. Battery quality dropping, cheaper cells, etc. All right. Here we go. We said 7 inches. We go with 7. It's better to go all the way around the conduit when you're doing offsets and saddles, things like that, because the pipe's going to roll. So we said we want a 4-inch height of obstruction. So that's going to put us at 8 inches for the multiplier being 2. Next is how long the obstruction is, which is 10 inches. So something interesting about the way this works, pretty much, this is our first mark here. Next mark is right there. This is going to bend up and it's going to level back down. So this is going to be flat. It's going to come up. The middle section is going to come across like this. It's going to come back down, then go back flat. As this comes up, you can hug your obstruction a little bit beyond this mark, because as it curves up, it gives you a little bit more clearance. So what I like to do to get a really, really tight looking saddle was to subtract 1/2 inch to 1 inch off of each side of this. That way I could get a nice hug on it. If it was relevant to this being not cuttable and in a connector, we would have to do it before our bend and figure all these calculations up. But what we're going to do, we're just going to mark this. Instead of 10, we're going to mark it at 8. And I'm going to show you the 10-inch inside of here. It's going to be really tight. So better yet, we're gonna roll as we go. We're going to go 8.5 just to make sure, because we're alive here. So I don't want to have a user error. And then we're going to go back with 8 again. All right, here comes the bend. The first bend is going to go back down. One of the biggest things about when you're bending this conduit, these lines here, you don't want the bottom of this conduit to touch one of these lines. You want this conduit to be parallel with these lines. If it's touching the line, you've gone too far. So this is the first bend, second bend, third bend. Yeah. All right, here we go. Flip it around. All right, so we're on the arrow. We're going to bend straight down. One more. Yeah. So this conduit is parallel with that line. This is the line here that we're curious about. You can see that this line, if this is an infinite line, it would come parallel all the way with this conduit. Now I'm going to stop stopping and showing you. I'm going to bend this. That way I can at least get it straight, because I've got 2 astigmatisms, half blind, and whatever other else excuses that I can come up with. So here we go. We're going to roll this around, and that's where you're going to see this starts to get kind of tricky. So what we could do, we could put this here. We could put a level here. We could make sure this pipe is level while this pipe is level, and that would give us a good, what they call a no dog. So it wouldn't dog leg it, but we're just going to eyeball it like everyone else does. So we go here, we'll roll this down. We got to line it up. So I'm trying to make sure these are in line with each other. Only been a minute since I did this. Going to bend it down. Then we're going to bend down again. We're going to have to tweak this a little bit. I can already see. Bending down. And then we're going to come back around, flip it over. And then you're left with that. So this should be a 4-inch. Should have 4 inches there. And according to my calculations here, the 10 inches is going to be right about here and here, not up here. Makes a nicer, tighter saddle. So let's see what we got. Need a table. Hang on, I got an idea. I knew there was a reason why we did this. Now this is without tweaking it. Let's see. Is it even? It's a little bit dogged right here. All right. We are 3 3/4, not quite 4. And our obstruction right there, 10 inches. So this would have been a lot longer if we hadn't have done our deductions. So that's why I like to burn 1 inch to 1.5 inches, or 1/2 inch to 1 inch, because that obstruction sometimes isn't always 4 inches. Sometimes it's like 3 inches or whatever it might be. And you might want to just like really get like a nice hug on it. So there's our 10 there. You can see where just as it starts to form in, but you can always do the full 10. It would just make this a lot longer. And honestly, to me, it looks kind of sloppy, because if you're just trying to like just, offset, for example, these are 9-inch Klein, or I think they're 9-inch. These 8-inch. They are 8-inch. So if you're trying to go over something 8 inches, you can see this is supposed to be 10. So we would have been like way out here. So I like my tighter offsets personally. But we could have just went 10 and just had a bigger saddle. So we are about 1/4 of an inch off on every bend. So we're 1/4 here, 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and 1/4 here. So we're probably closer to, by the time you start bending on this, you start losing some shrinkage because the pipe tends to flex a little bit as you bend. We're probably closer to like 28 degrees on each one of these than we are 30. Easy fix. But that's where this comes in handy when you're on a machine that's stationary. You can lock this inside of the pipe. And then every time before you make a bend, you make sure that the bubble lines up. And when you roll it down, you make sure that the bubble lines up. And then you slide your pipe forward and you do another bend. And then your bubble lines up, and you're guaranteed to get this perfectly in line. Joshua, you like the metric system? I don't know, man. I like my... Whatever they do, they need to just make just one. Just pick one. All right. Next comment. Comment was addressing mean comments. You can't hurt my feelings. So you just got to come with just accept that some people are trolls, and if you respond back respectfully and they're still not respectful, there was never any hope for a good conversation anyway. So if anyone's wondering why I'm so polite in the comments, even though people are jerks, it's because you're not worth my time. See what the chat says. Who is next on The Price is Right? Yeah, that guy. Okay. I want to see the flex get it. I love this. Love this saw, man. It's heavy though. All right. Is there any suggestions yet? Can I charge a flex battery on a Milwaukee charger? That seems like a waste of a flex battery. I'm going to say no, because your alternator in your car charges at 14 volts to maintain your 12 volt charge. Your Milwaukee batteries are designed at 20 volts max. You're not going to get enough voltage to no, it's not going to work. You could probably charge a Milwaukee on a flex charger, but that might get crazy. I would imagine that the BMS system, I think, is on the batteries for Milwaukee. It depends what the BMS system is, really. Your battery control module will or won't let you do things to these. Is there an adapter to use DeWalt battery on a flex tool? No, but there is this. Hang on. All right, there is this. We can do this. And God help us all. Let's put the power stack on it. No, wait. Ha, forgot what I was doing for a second. Oh my goodness, man, my poor drill. Why would you ask me this? You knew I was going to do it. Let's put the 10 on it and just go absolutely bonkers. Oh, dude. That's speed one. We're in speed one. Hang on. Seems like it's saying speed. Maybe not. Oh, no. Okay, that did make a difference. Now, these this adapter is like the worst fiber. So you can see where this thing's like not in there great anymore. I've got a remedy for that. And it is saran wrap. But I don't know where it is because my daughter put it away. Hang on a second. I've got extra saran wrap too. Hey, if you're listening, where'd you put the saran wrap? The thing on the stick with the clear plastic. The drill is now 2 foot long. Yeah. Yeah, we're about to give it all she's got, man. Let me see if the daughter answers in the chat or not. Otherwise, I'm going to start checking drawers. Hang on. Did she answer? No? Okay. All right. All right. This will go down as a list of things to not do at home. Yeah, don't do this at home. Only I can. Only I can have all the fun. Oh yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, we're good now. You know, I gotta say, I wasn't expecting great things for this knife. Yeah, I can say knife for this knife, but it's pretty cool. I think I like it. Okay. Now, with what's about to happen, I don't think there's any vacuum that can save the debris. Now we know I wouldn't fit in the impact. Oh. This seems like a bad idea. For good measure. All right, here we go. It's true. We seem to have lost our bit, though. Try again. It just seems really angry. I don't quite know. The amount of heat that comes off of that, man, I should get the temperature tool. Means with the G. We're going through though. It's all the way through. Also brought back a toy. All right. All right. Normal wood. Normal wood, call it 72.5. This hole down here is 93, 101.6. And that's after it had time to cool down. Let's see if we can get on it through the knot. It's 115. It got stuck though. It didn't go quite through. Uh-oh. There we go. 105. So it's just the warm air that just rises out of there as I'm drilling it. It's crazy. What else we want to see on this before we take the whole thing apart? Yeah, the battery heat dissipation loves the cling wrap. It's its favorite part of the whole experience. There's nothing but wood chips just covering this whole laptop right now. Leave it, do it to another one. Leave it and do it to another one. All right, you want to see it again? We need to change the bit out. Let's go get something a little bit crazier if I can find something. Hang on. All right, I can't remember if this thing is dull or not. This is the dull one. It's not going to do anything for us, which is why we're going to use it. Keep in mind there's a nail right here. That's not going to do it. Where is it? What is it hitting? Nothing. Seem to be having a little fire issue here. All right. Well, if it wasn't dull, then it's certainly dull now. This thing doesn't even want to pick up on our temperature. It says 120, but I know it's hotter than that. Oh, man. Wait, before we do that, I got a 4x4 that we need to torture. All right. It's not as high as I thought it was going to be. So it's got a couple of holes in it here and there. I just want to do something destructive with it. I'm not expecting to see anything scientific here. Just more curious what it does with a pilot hole. We might uninstall that guy, though. That might give us a problem. All these tools and no tools. Really? Oh, there's a big one. Yeah, it's going right there. That's where it's going. Let's hope this wood stays right where it's at, too. All right, we should probably do this for a short. 10 amp hour flex battery on a DeWalt adapter on a, what is this? Milwaukee? Yeah. Ha. 10 amp hour flex battery on a Milwaukee adapter from Milwaukee to DeWalt, from DeWalt to DeWalt. Here we go. Oh, that was anticlimactic, guys. All right, she's cached. Stick a fork in there because that's all she's got, dude. She's done. But we do have one of these. These are historically harder to get going than most. Nice. May as well dip it in sawdust. Yeah, if you can run that auger into a 1x2 without cracking, I'll send you $500. A 1x2. Oh man. All right, let's do it. All right, this is a 1x3. It's by 2 and what is this? There we go. That's what I want. Make sure we got a legit. Got to be legit. I don't know where this came from. This looks like a piece of a bed or something. There's your stamp there. There's your tag. That says 1x3. So the question is, and I think we're going to do this for authenticity here. We're gonna do this to it, and we're gonna throw this pencil over here. We're gonna cut this here. I was gonna break it, but I don't want to ruin the integrity of it. And chop it here. Okay, still the same piece, right? We're gonna leave this piece here so you can see it. I'm going to get a table saw. Hang on. All right, now, how wide does it need to be? One by two. Okay. So 1x2 would be like, 1x2.5 or whatever. And 3 would be 3. And no, it's backwards. 4 inch would be 3.5. So does that mean you want it to be 1.5 inches wide? Or do you want me to rip? You want me to rip 1/4 of an inch off of this and make it 2 inches? 2 inches? We need that pencil. This is going to be like the biggest waste of time. But there's that what if moment. That's what we're ripping off. Check the chat before I cut this thing. I believe in you. That half is okay. Perfect. Okay. I'll show you the cutoff. We'll show you the measurement again before we get started. Stupid light. Here we go. There's the mark. We are exactly 2 inches. Two inches. And then, yeah, here we go. You know what? This is why we marked this board. So I couldn't BS you. I almost BS'd you, dude. Look at this. Look at this. I got the wrong board. That's a user error right there. We gotta restart. Oh man, I should have switched it up with balsa. That would have been genius. Get this staple out of here. All right. I don't know how do we even do that, man? Only me. No telling what the chat says right now. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. There we go. All right, now we can cut a hair off more. Okay. There we go. We're back to 2 inches. It's the same board. Okay. All right, you want me to use the same drill, right? In high speed? Oh, vertical. Oh, no. Oh. 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 All right, well, you can't blame me for trying. All right. It's just got a little bit harder. How much has to go? All of it? Oh yeah, I failed. Look at all the time you wasted there, Kansas. I hope you're happy. Absolutely worth it though. I don't even think it would go this way, dude. This would have been a challenge by itself. Let's see. There's a knot right there. I'll go right here. Oh. It split it though. All right. The ambulances, yeah. It's time for necessary people. Tactics for the people, yeah. All right. I mean, we gave it our best shot. We didn't want to cheat anybody. This is that granite top. It's actually made of granite. This thing weighs like almost 400 pounds. Funny story. I didn't know that. Got on Craigslist. I show up by myself. And the guy's like, well, first he was like, you know, are you going to bring anybody? And I was like, I'm just going to bring my wife. And he was like, okay. And I was like, okay. And nobody likes to call anymore. They all get a text because freaking millennials, which I'm one. But anyway, so I get to the house and the guy starts rolling it out. And we get to the back of the truck and he's like, all right, here we go. And I'm lifting. And I'm like, are you lifting over there? He's like, yeah. And I was like, what's going on? He said, it's a granite table saw. It's called the granite table saw. Like, why did you not think it was going to be heavy? And I was like, well, the freaking F-150 Platinum's not made of platinum. You know, like, I didn't know they made table saws with granite tops. So this thing will never rust. It'll never warp. It'll never anything. The only thing it's ever going to do is be a pain in the ass to move. Pretty cool, though. Table saws slide on it real nice. You don't need paste wax. Pretty nice saw. Yeah, well, it's used and it has a foot. What do you call it? It's got like a kit, like a rolling kit. And it has to have two things that are engaged whenever you step down on the foot. And you would think that they would make the bolts with nylon lock washers, but they don't. So by the time that you roll it from point A to point B, all the nuts start falling off, and you got to tighten them up every time you want to move it. So I wasn't about to waste any more time in getting a socket set or anything. So they just don't fully engage. So I got to kind of ride it like a scooter while pushing down and pushing it around. Let's see here. All right, Kansas, we'll catch you later. Loctite, yeah, Loctite. Sounds like one of a kind. There's only a couple that have the ability for a dado, so they stopped making them, and then this one's been modified safely from rigid to accept an actual dado stack. And I think it's got like a J or something at the end of the model number. They put another sticker on it once they fix that issue. But for the most part, if you do find one, you need to make really sure that it's the safe one to put a dado stack on. If not, it will come off. Yeah, appreciate it, Kansas. All right, well, the last thing that was requested was this toner. And somebody wanted to know, how do you attach this to an oven? Can I demonstrate it? And yeah, the when you drop down your oven door, there's usually exposed hinges. Unless you're like a fancy one, you can't see the hinges. I don't know. But you can pretty much clamp to anything that's metal in your oven, for example, because I was in the kitchen and I was working on a light switch, lost its neutral, had no ground reference in the house. All I had was hots. Power was off. This was clamped to the hot, and I needed to find a ground. And the closest thing I had was their oven. So that was just an example. You don't have to use the oven to the house, but that's usually something that's guaranteed to be grounded in a house that has no grounds. So, yeah. You alligator clamps, whatever you got to do to extend this guy to whatever you can that you know is grounded to make this thing work properly. We got another toner video coming out. That last video we did when we did the live, when we blew up that thing so you guys could see the breaker trip and all that's like 14,000 views right now. And the other one's up there too. So this channel is pretty dependable for toner knowledge. So we're going to continue that. Top Test reached out to me again, asked me, do I want another gas tester? I'm not going to keep making gas tester videos for you guys. I mean, it's beating a dead horse with that. So we're going to back off of, as much as Top Test does a lot for us. They send us Christmas gifts, things like that. I don't get any money from Top Test. They're just nice acquaintances that I enjoy. I enjoy their friendship, and that's about as far as that goes. They don't pay me, they don't do anything. I just like to help. So, why do you keep saying 3D pen? Talk about the 3D pen. Hang on. Let me see. 3D pen, 3D pen. Thought the stream was going to end. Didn't mean to type that. Oh, I see. What about the 3D pen? Do you guys want to see a 3D pen? Because we got one. It's pretty cool. We did a short on it. Did somebody ask me about the 3D pen? Because I can go get it, I guess. I'll go get it. I'll be right back. Hold up. All right, we're gonna wait for it to heat up, but we'll get it going. So when you plug it in, it's got a red light. Then this light will turn into a flashing, I believe, when it's trying to heat up or something. We'll figure out what it does. Yeah, there we go. Now it's flashing green. And then I think it goes solid green when it's ready. These are your forward and reverse buttons. And then you got to back out whatever filament you have in here all the way manually. So you can double tap for constant on for forward. You can double tap for constant backwards. And then this is the speed of the flow. And this is the MYNT, the Mint 3D Super. It's fun. It's good for creativity for your kids. It's not paper, it's not markers, it's not a whole bunch of things around the house. It's pretty compact. All the colors and everything fits in one little box, and everything's like right there. And then if you got granite surfaces like we do, you can just paint it right on the granite. We do have a granite surface right here, but it's kind of far away. So I think I'm going to put on some wood. I'm going to add these to my comments from now. I don't know how much 3D printing. Pretty cool. How much does one of those cost? $40. Unless you're talking about something else. This is $40. The filament for like a bunch is like $20. Okay. Yeah, hot tool on my hands. I might do a tooth. You want me to draw a tooth? What do you want me to draw? I have no idea if this is going to stick to the wood or not. So one thing, it's better to pull away than push, I've found. And it leaves webs just like hot glue does. We're going to draw a palm tree. We're going to try to draw a palm tree. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck to the wood. I can just peel this whole thing up. Hey, light, I'm using you. Make sure everything's all connected. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, we're going to break this. We are certainly going to break this. It's actually pretty resilient. That boat is barely hanging on. And I don't know how we're going to get this off. Haha! That's pretty cool. There you go. Seems we missed a branch, though. Let's get it going. Hang on. It's coming to get me. There we go. Look at all the branches. And it is breaking at the base. There, we drew something. Yeah, this thing is pretty cool. So, someone was asking me, that's one thing we could address. Someone was asking me, is it structurally sound? So let's draw a couple of cubes here. We need to draw them roughly the same shape. Wish I could get you guys a little bit closer. Let me see here. There we go. Is it ever going to focus? Yeah. That's not the same size. I'm getting a whole bunch of texts. Draw learning with Juan. Hang on. Let me see who is texting me 1,000 times. It could be related to the stream. It is. Oh, that's cool. Hang on. Let me call him. Maybe he'll say something to get me demonetized out loud.
What's up, Captain Pickles?
Captain Pickles. That works. We're live right now. Do you want to jump on? You busy?
I am not at all prepared for this fucking cold out.
No worries. All right. I'll catch you later.
What's that?
We will catch you later. Say bye to everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye. He said he's not ready because it's cold out, but he just showed me his car. So we're going to fold this up before it dries. See if we can make a structure. I can't remember who asked me, was this structurally sound? But we're trying to address all the comments tonight. And this was one of them. And I am not a professional, so be prepared to laugh here in a second when this doesn't line up. All right, now what are we going to do? We're going to put a Milwaukee battery on this, or what are we? Oh my goodness. That is terrible. That is. Help! Oh man, that's bad. Let's add some right here. I need to add some down here. And then I think we put a triangle on it or something, right? And then we put a Milwaukee battery on it. Can you make a battery adapter with that? What did I just walk into? Yeah, you don't even want to know. Somebody requested a I show them this 3D pin. And then it went downhill from there. So someone said, is this like structural? I guess we can put a battery on it and find out. I can see where it's going to collapse though, just because of the way that it's pulling. So we might need to add some structure. Like that. This is not going to work. All right, that's all we're doing. This thing's trying to get me. Okay. Will it crush? Well, it's not going to balance because the wood's not level. Let's see. There we go. The plastic is just as hard as it was before it was liquefied. So it's fairly stout, but I don't know. You're not really going to build anything out of this by hand anyway. Your hand's not steady enough to get a good solid flow. This stuff gets really hard though. So this is the other end of it here. You can't break it by hand. Oh, you can break it by hand. Usually it just does that. So if you get really close to it, I think you can snap it. No, okay. I don't know why that piece just snapped off. So however strong this is how strong that's going to be. Pretty much. All right, what's the chat say? Yeah, user error. I looked to save you from your Makita convention, but some guy told me you were in too deep. I think I'm going to mess with my printer when I get home. Nice. I had a question. Since the stream is about batteries, what's a better DeWalt battery? 6 flex volt or 5 amp hour power stack? The power stack's better. Because, wait. You're talking about being 60 volt and a completely different tool? Or are you talking about using the 21700s on the 6 amp flex volt and staying 20 volts? So the 8 amp hour, we just showed you the 8 amp hour here is not as good as this. And we can show you again with the vacuum. Because this vacuum will run this 8. No problem. But if you put a power stack on this, too much amperage. You say, well, that's because it's stacked lithium. Well, it runs this just fine. So I would say the this is going to give you more power. Did you get a Honda? FlexVolt actually outperforms the 8. The FlexVolt 6 outperforms the 8. Interesting. I guess that's gonna be the next battery I gotta get. Tools of Souls has the gas powered one, and he highly recommends it. All right. So in your 998, you put a 6 amp hour flex volt in it, and it doesn't do as good as the 8. That's what you're telling me? What's up, Nick B? 18-wheeler. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions. Somebody asked me about the hose for the compressor. I got this one at Woodcraft. This one's got the braid in there. And then I added the quick eject stuff on there, so they just pop in and pop out. But I had a blue one as well, a darker blue one. I can't remember where I got it from. I'll have to go to the stores and physically look around to see where I got it. But this came from Woodcraft. And this is a nice hose. Are you seeing the outdoor power equipment for rigid? I think Souls picked up the Mustang to be along with Tactics. Yeah. 1.7 is supposed to be at the 5 ampere level, so I would think the bigger one would be like an 8 amp or better. I'm too tall and fat. Yeah, the Mustang's pretty tight. It's what are you, 6'6", 6'7"? I'm like right at 6 with shoes on, so probably 5'11", and I fit in there pretty easily. Yeah, he's 6'4", so that adds up. Kind of like temperature, man. The difference between 75 degrees and 78 degrees, 3 degrees. That those last 3 degrees, man, they make a big difference. That last 4 inches of height, for headroom, starts encroaching pretty quickly. Take out the back seat and extend the rails back. Yeah. All right. Is there any other requests? Because we are fixing to get out of here. Do you guys want to see the Milwaukee with the same setup? He says yes. All right. Let's see what we got. This should be one less battery adapter. Sorry for that noise. Hit the microphone. Okay. We should try to 3D pen this thing back together on the side here. No, we still got 4 bars. We're getting good at doing this. It's kind of concerning how good we're getting at this. Perfect. Nice and safe. Next request from the audience is the disappearing jackhammer. You're not supposed to know about that trick. Told you that in confidence. All right. Let's get another 2x4. Actually, you know what? We can do this. We can take that light. We can do better than a 2x4. We can do some cedar. Let's do a full block right here. All right. We need something. Yeah. It's fast, man. We already know it's faster than the Milwaukee itself, than the 6. This is not going to be a test of torque as much as it is speed, because this is going to clear very quickly. So we're just going to see whether the Flex is faster than the Milwaukee at its own thing. So let's see. We're going to stay away from that. We're just going to bury it. Here we go. Let me go get another 10 for this guy. Why are you asking me questions, McAfee? All right, here we go. Turbo. All right, here we go. It didn't do as good. It did not do as good. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. Here we go. God almighty, dude. This thing is just a monster. All right. Let's try the flex again. We know this is still sharp, so we just got to... You just got to get it. Maybe. We're going to get rid of this handle. All right, here we go. Try again. It's too much. So what we've found in all of our testing is that the 3.5 actually does better for these torques than the 10 does, because the tool tends to time itself out. So let's see what's going on. Because right now Milwaukee is beating Flex at its own game. All right, here we go. We are still in turbo. We are... It's no contest, man. Let me go get my newer Flex. That way I don't piss anybody off. Because we've been saying it for years. This Gen 3 is an absolute monster. And you're seeing that here right now. Let me go get the newer Flex drill. Let's put the 10 on it. So here's the old one. Turbo. Okay. Hang on a second. There's no sense in just putting this all on the floor. I'm going to find the remote. Here we go. Nope. He would call to ruin my short. What do you want? You're on speaker. Don't demonetize me.
Dumbass.
Yes.
The Milwaukee's in the middle of the fucking screen. Nobody can see you.
Oh no, I already moved it. You're behind. You're behind.
Yeah. Sorry, I had to make a phone call.
You're good. I already moved it. I looked before I did it.
All right.
Yeah, bye. It's just not going to do it. Let's try the 3.5. Hey, why don't you jump on here, Souls? We've been on here for a minute, but seems like more people are joining. All right, 3.5. And then we're just gonna smoke it with the Milwaukee. And then we're gonna put the 3.5 in the Milwaukee to see if it does even better. It just won't even go. Now it could be anti-kickback. Let's see. It's not anti-kickback, it's just weak. Come on. It's just crazy, man. It went a little bit into this hole, but it spins the whole log. It comes back for more. Is anybody now curious about this? I'm kind of curious about this right now. And I'm not going to bother putting on the Milwaukee battery because we already know that the Milwaukee battery and the Milwaukee combination gives it the most torque. We're going for a combination of the two because the way that I see it, this could use more speed and less torque. So if they got this thing up to the same speed as this, it would be my number one pick. But currently this doesn't go to this speed. That's why I like the DeWalt so much, because this is really fast and it has less torque. So that's why I don't prefer the Milwaukees when it comes to everyday tools, because of the speed. You go 500 again. With this one now? Is that what we're doing? Another 500 on the with this bit now? He says up. Scroll, yeah, up. Scroll, yeah, up. Let me see. Hang on. 500 again. Tactics, fill that beam with holes and then grab the auger round 2. So what he's talking about? Fill the beam with holes. What's up, Brandon? Oh, stupid light. Turn on light. All right. I tried scrolling up, but I didn't understand. I'm still missing something. I do not have the new Bosch hammer drill. Let's try on somebody else. I'll go 500 again. Fill the beam up with holes and then go with the auger. Fill that beam with holes and then grab the auger round 2. What's the challenge though? Oh, okay. Okay, so you want me to bury the auger here in between these holes, or just like, I don't have to fill it with holes, right? I can just, you want me to start fresh though, right? This poor auger, man. What did it do to you? Fill the beam with holes. Oh, and then go this way without splitting it. Horizontal. Yeah, go down the middle of the other side after you do all the holes. Right. So I do one more hole here, and then we go horizontally through here. Is that the question there? Vertical. You just want me to bury the bit. He just wants me to bury the auger. Why do I sense him getting another phone call? Probably because I don't know what the heck he's talking about. I don't know why I would fill it with holes. What's relevant about filling with holes if I'm not going to drill in between the holes? Also, it's pretty hard to find a block of cedar like this. You know how many job sites I got to prowl around to figure out if they're throwing away things for a speed 2 full beans. Yeah, I'm so confused. I'm confused too, man. Speed 2. Just send it. There we go. That's what I want. This ain't going to go, though, because if you're here earlier, this thing barely makes it to a 2x4. This thing barely makes it by a 1x1. All right, here we go. I'm kind of worried. Battery's coming loose. I had a 206. I had a 206. Here's a 181. This is too much fun, man. We need to test the long-term effects of putting this battery on this tool. We've already seen the voltage. It seems kind of viable. $127. $127 is not that hot. Battery 76 degrees. Oh, the battery came loose. Yeah, this seems like it was made for this battery, man. And you know, honestly, this Etsy adapter is pretty low profile. So what would happen if we took a 2.5 flex? Well, let's put the 3.5 on here because that's pretty small too. That's a fun little battery. I do like the 3.5 a lot on the flex. Anyone's curious why there's saran wrap, because the Etsy battery adapter doesn't stand up to my abuse. I was probably too rough on it, honestly. Nice and cold though, no worries. No arcing in there anyway. Get the 3.5 fully charged. Oh wait, hang on. Weren't we having trouble? Did we ever put a power supply on this or not? I can't remember. I'm curious. Hang on a second. We got a side quest. Side quest going. This one to DeWalt. This to DeWalt. Yeah. He didn't like it. But I've got an idea that we never tried before, which would be, bear with me. This side is Flex. This side is Milwaukee. This is a bad idea. And then this side should be DeWalt. No, that's not going to achieve that. That'll make a DeWalt do this, but how are we going to get a DeWalt? Do we have enough adapters to make this happen? I don't think we do, because I was going to go. Yeah, this is DeWalt on the bottom. Yeah, and then what is that? That's going to be Milwaukee, I think. Because that's already DeWalt. Yeah. Oh, wait. Hang on. Nope. We made something. Hang on. We made something. Well, we might have made a fire, actually. Hang on. Okay. That's what we need. This to this. To this. To this. Oh, God. Oh, we tried. I don't know why it won't take DeWalt's battery, man, but it will freaking take a Flex 24 volt. Very interesting. All right, we can't say we didn't try. Back to what we're doing. And like always, we do need a liberal amount of flex wrap. Does that work? Sorry. I am really curious though. Not this one, the other one. Does that work with a power stack and just not a it does work with an 8? Okay, so the 5s are putting out like next level power, man. I swear it's more power than it's probably so much amperage. Hear me out for a second. This is what I found because Brandon just got in here. Check this out, Brandon. We can take an 8. Here. We can put it in here and turn on this vacuum. This one. And it'll run. We can put in a power stack. And it'll run. We put in a 5. Too much amperage. So I think because the voltage is closer, because higher voltage, less amperage, right? Theory. So higher voltage, less amperage. This is probably the most powerful 20 volt made right now because the Milwaukee will not accept this DeWalt in any configuration, but it will take a higher voltage battery. What we did find though is that it's less torque but more speed because of the voltage. But all in all, when push comes to shove, it doesn't give it that last oomph that it needs for that high power torque. More voltage, less amperage, and less designed what it's for. So my thought is that the power stacks make a huge difference, more than anyone can comprehend right now, until Milwaukee comes out with their batteries. Whiteboard. All right, I'm off the high horse now, but that's what I think. I truly think these things are really, really powerful. These 5s, these are amazing batteries, and you can see the difference with the tools. Back to wrapping it before we tap it. Let me do it perfectly 27 times before. Which side's broken? This side's broken, so we want to pull it this way. Not to mention no heat dissipation, as somebody pointed out in the comments. I would say for how low profile these Etsy adapters are, add this to your everyday arsenal, man, for more added job site fun. Nice. All right. The burning question. Get it? Is the 3.5 more powerful? Make sure everything's lining up. Here we go. Nope. It likes the 10? No, we did something. Hang on. What did we do? Did we kill it? I refuse to believe that. No, it might be dead. No. Right, let's oh, that sounds lovely. All right, let's try again. There we go. Nope. Okay, let's give it a Milwaukee battery that it likes, so it stops complaining at us. Oh, ooh, it's angry. Oh yeah, it says no more. Oh, never mind. All right, full send. Oh. Oh no, I see what happened. Something arced in there. We got a black, brownish kind of spot right there. So what we know about arcing is that it oxidizes. So I'm going to just scratch this oxidation off and see if we can get back in business. I bet you it's not conductive right now, because oxidation is not conductive typically. And that's what happens whenever you have a switch that's been pitting or has loose connections. Once it starts doing that, man, it's downhill from there. Let's try it now. Nope. Hang on. Let's check. Let's check something. Give it CPR. Yeah, maybe. Let's see here. Plug that in there. Okay. I see where he crossed the wires at the last minute. So the dude making this obviously made a mistake when he did it anyway, because you would think that this would line up with this one, but it doesn't. That's a fun fact. But probably not the problem. Oh, this one's pitted too. Oh, they're both angry. Yeah, they are both angry. So hang on, I think we can fix this. that this one piece has come like desoldered. It's almost like it's like electroplated on there or something. It's like the thinnest little sliver is not making contact. So I think I know how to fix it. We could probably just rock it around a little bit. Almost. Nope. Really good for the electronics here, guys. Okay, well, there's one more thing we can try. And that would be check the voltage on these terminals to see if we're still getting what we need. And we're not. So when do we get it? Hang on. Try voltage. 24 to 24. 24. This one's also 24. The Milwaukee is right there. You can see where it arced. We can try cleaning that off. We haven't tried that. That might fix it. I need a better screwdriver. We're just going to make this terminal conductive again. All right. Let's try that. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, so slow. I have to get another battery adapter. All right, let's see. Let's see if we killed the okay. No. It's not going to do it. But this thing never had the proper release. So there was never any squeeze buttons here. So this thing was always bound to like eventually haphazardly slide out and break, especially in my shop. So we are on the hunt for another battery adapter. But it looks like the drills are just fine. Let's try the DeWalt before we give up. Let's do the how the heck did we do that? We did DeWalt to Milwaukee, from Milwaukee to Flex, from Flex wait, hang on. What are we doing here? Oh, haven't taken a peek in there. Nothing to see. Okay. Yeah. And then Milwaukee to this. Yeah, dude, it's crunchy. This is the Milwaukee. This should work. Okay, which one? Is it this one? Which one is it, chat? Is it just this one? Oh, there we go. Oh. Hang on, DeWalt wants to play. Okay, so this whole thing's just falling apart, guys. We're going to get another one. We'll try to go a little gentler on the next one. Well, it made for some good content at the beginning of this. I'm not going to mess with it any longer. It's dead. It's dead. All right. Any other questions, suggestions? Otherwise, we're going to get out of here. Yeah, Rip, man. Put an F in the chat for this. Yeah, I don't know. We tried to open this when we first got it, pull the screws out, and it didn't do anything. It just took this portion off. And after we did that, honestly, that's when this thing started going downhill. So it's no one's fault but my own. This thing started falling apart, but I'll still buy another one. It was like $17. It was worth the fun, and we made $100 on it just on one short. So we did a couple of shorts with it. It was good times. I wish you could see in there, but there's a prong that's kind of bent down and not up. That might have just been needing to go somewhere else. Yeah, I think it says outside prongs. Yeah, man. The DeWalt was full sending because this thing started off dull, like really dull, and we were sending it into a whole bunch of crazy stuff until like it just stopped. So I didn't even think it was going to go as much as it did at the beginning of this live, but it made it about here, and then it just stopped. And then it was funny because we had a hole that was already cut whenever we were testing the. We tested out the skill because somebody asked me in a comment if the 90-degree skill here was capable of doing a paddle bit. So we ran 1.5 inches into a double stack 2x4. We even nailed it with the rigid, gave it a full sand. So we had a hole from this. And whenever this thing made it to the hole, it started smoking like a choo-choo train out of the smokestack. So it was a good time. But this thing was dull before we even started today. And then we've just been jacking around with it. So, yeah. Appreciate all the support. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna go back and watch the whole video. Yeah, man. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. If you got any other recommendations or something, put it in the chat below or put it in the description below. Thanks for watching. See you guys. So one thing I got to do before I end this stream, it involves going on YouTube. We have 18,965 subs. So you guys are awesome. Okay, I made it in the control room. All right, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it, Brandon.